Ouais, c'est toujours le. Oh, I'm going to do it in English. I don't know. I think I sound a bit more highbrow in English than I do in French. Yeah. So it's still Saturday, the 26th of April, 2025, and it's nearly 5 p.m. And I'm really tired. I didn't sleep enough, and I've had a busy morning. Going to sing with some choir friends at a special mass in Ho, and I had to drive there, pick up two singers, fellow singers, and rehearse a bit together, and then sing during mass, and then drive back. And I'm tired right now, and I'm a bit down and sad. I've just been watching a video from a new channel I had never watched before. It's a single woman. She says she's in her early 50s. She's Australian and she moved at 50. She went to live in Japan on her own. That's something she wanted to do. She wanted to do it at 50 or never, kind of. She wanted to do something, and why not now at 50 when her kids were grown up? And she's a teacher of English in Japan. Apparently, in Australia, she was a Japanese teacher. And I've just watched a video of her showing around her house in Japan that she bought. She says cheap, and she made some, you know, she kind of refurbished some bits, and she shows or shows everything around, and she has a cat, and so I watched that, and I thought at first, oh great, that's um that's going to be more interesting than the subject I was talking about in the previous video about that woman. Well, she must be the same age as this lady, actually. I was talking about that American woman who was bitter. Well, that's how I see her. Bitter about being single in her 50s, and therefore she has to pretend. That's me saying this. She has to put out a she has to put out um what's the word I'm looking for? That's my interpretation. She doesn't say that. I don't think she does anyway because she has loads of videos. I only watched one, and the beginning of the second one. But she has to pretend to the world that it's great to be single in your 50s, and it's she has to say to the world, yeah, join me in that, she doesn't say join me. She said, yeah, if you're in the same situation, it's great. Or if you find yourself in that situation and you're not happy, well, be happy because it's great. There's a lot of freedom. You're free to do whatever you want. You don't have to put up with a man. You don't love or whatever. Yeah, it's me. It's me. It's me saying this, but the vibe is yes. I struggled with relationships when I was younger, and I was trying to do it right, to get married and have kids, and guess what? Now I'm over 50. I don't give a damn. And it's great to be single and to be free and not to have a man in your way. Who needs a man anyway? And what I really think is that that's is that what this woman really wants is what she's railing against. She, I'm pretty sure that's, in her hearts of heart, that's what she wants. But hey, she has to pretend it's not because it didn't happen, it doesn't happen, it hasn't happened yet. And so, well, let's make the best of a bad situation. Let's pretend it's much better to be single. You're free, because freedom is such a value in the West, such a value, freedom, and individuality, and I do what I want. Well, hell, I'd love not to be able to do what I want, but not be on my own. So anyway, I'm a bit sad right now because I'm tired. So when I'm tired, my emotions are come easier to me, and I can let it all out and say, well, you know what? I'm 60, nearly 65, not yet, but another 3 months, yeah, less than 3 months, and I'll be 65. And guess what? Well, I'm a mum. I had a child, so obviously, oh yeah, I once lived with a man. We were not married, and but I would never say, "Oh, how great that I'm single." No, it's not great to be single and freedom, but I've had freedom all my life. I mean, once I became a mum, of course, I wasn't as free as I was before, but but it didn't matter, there are lots of rewards when you are committed, like you are when you are a good mum. You need to be committed to do a good job, good enough job, and part of it is that no, you no longer do whatever you want because you have somebody to look after who is more vulnerable than you are, who and that, if you do this naturally as you possibly can, then your hormones help you to be committed and to sacrifice yourself. There, let's use the word. Let's use that horrible word, sacrifice. But yeah, it's part of human life. And no, it's not. I never felt like, oh, I'm missing out on working or going out at night. No. So anyway, I digressed. But yeah, so that woman in Japan, and another one who, who's on her own, and she felt and I mean, she's not advocating single life. She's just showing her new life in Japan on her own. That's it. But it made me feel sad. I don't know why actually. It was, I don't know. I know nothing about this woman apart from, she said, or she wrote in her description, that she left Australia with a grown family, so she must have had kids who are now grown up. Um, I don't know. It made me feel sad to see that she Oh, she's not sad. I'm not that there. I'm not. I'm not projecting my sadness onto her. It's me who feels sad to see her on her own in that little house that she bought. With all the modcom that you can have in Japan, which is such a civilized country. And she lives on her own with her cat, and her life is. She explained she took up gardening, and she arranged the house for the cat so that the cat can have stuff to do to be happy. It just made me sad that is that all you're gonna do now? You're 52. I think she's something like that. She says she was 50 when she moved, and that was 2 years ago. So is that what life is about now? To live on your own with your cat, uh, and do YouTube videos? She says she spends 20 hours a week making her YouTube videos. So she's on her own, talking, doing what I'm doing right now, talking to her computer, and then she edits the thing. So she has a room especially for her YouTube work, and yeah, I don't know. It made me sad. It's she's not sad. I'm not saying she's sad, but it made me sad. Surely there must be more to life than being single. Yeah, I wouldn't settle for second best. I wouldn't settle for a shitty relationship with a man. But I'm not, I will never say, oh, that's what you have to aspire to as a woman, as a mature woman. It's to be on your own and be free. Well, you know, what I want is to lose my freedom again. Yeah, like when I became a mum, and to lose my freedom again for a relationship. And yeah, it's not going to be my child, so it's going to be a different sort of freedom loss. But yeah, I'm ready to sacrifice again. Okay, well, that's all. That was just random stuff I wanted to express. Um, yeah, I don't know why it made me sad. I don't want that. I don't want that. My little house, my little cat, my little YouTube studio, my little laptop. I want to chat to someone for real, and to argue sometimes. But sometimes. And yeah, that's not my cat. That's she's the yeah. I sacrifice some of my freedom for her. I can't do whatever I want. I can't leave her on her own. But she brings me so much joy. She takes me out. Hmm? She's very affectionate. She gives me a lot of affection when I go shopping, or and I come back. She well she gives me a incredible welcome each time. Even if I'm gone 10 minutes, when I come back, she's so happy to see me. She welcomes me. I'm really wanted. Yes, yes, I see. Yeah. Okay. Bye.